Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, it's a Saturday, and it's time for me to review another video out of the Philippines. Now, listen, I've done quite a few videos on the Philippines, and the reason for this is the demand. You guys just want to know more and more and more. And my followers, especially the passport bros who are in the Philippines and in Thailand, have been sending me more and more info. So, what can I do? I have another link that was sent to me this morning, and I just thought I would bring it straight to you because I got to give you guys what you want. So, if you want to know more about Thailand, you want to know more about the Philippines, hey, I'm going to bring you the best videos that I can bring you and give you as much information so you can make an educated decision on whether you want to go and check out one of these places. So before we get into it, guys, you know my rules. You know what I always ask. If you've been here, please like the video on your way in so you don't forget by the time you reach the end of the video. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet and you've been consuming a lot of my videos. Come on. I know 60% of you still not subscribed that are watching me, so please. So support your brother. It costs you nothing. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. And of course, you have a quick question. If you want to ask me quickly, get me over on Instagram on the same name, Ask an Older Man. All right, so let's get straight into it. This video is cool because this channel, Zoom to Thailand, this gentleman, the host, sat down with two elderly gentlemen who have found wives almost 30 years their junior. Yes, and are happy as hell. And they're here to tell you how to do it, what mistakes not to make when you get over there, and basically how they're enjoying the latter part of their life. If they can do it, man, you can do it. You should never make countries, borders, and bad attitude from women in the West stop you from finding your level of happiness. So with that said, let's get straight into the video. Let's hear how these older men are enjoying life with these beautiful women in the Philippines.
Sending money to girls and supporting a girl. I did all that.
Tricking? Can you say tricking? Say tricking.
Tricking?
There you go.
Tricking?
I actually had a conversation with a guy over coffee one time, and he asked me, he says, Paul, what if we had a heart attack right now? I said, we'd die. However, I had a heart attack once in the States, and within 6 minutes I was in the hospital, and within 16 minutes I was on the table, and before 30 minutes passed, I had a stent. So there you have it.
My question for you is, how do you know the real one from the Milli Vanilli? Because they're all sweet in the beginning. But how do we tell people out there that want to find a Filipino wife, how do we know the difference between a scammer and the real deal Holyfield? Okay, because I want to make sure you guys know that this is, are they in the shot? Okay, here we go. This, you guys, is what paradise looks like. These gentlemen have 30-year plus gap relationships with women that love them, that take care of them. Age is not a factor, and they love each other. But I'm going to put these guys on the spot while their women are here. They don't know what I'm going to ask them, but I'm going to put them on the spot. Thailand versus the Philippines.
Yeah.
Who has the more beautiful women? Boy, where you going? I'm the Traveler G, and I traded in my Hollywood lifestyle for the sexy beaches of Pattaya, Thailand. Zoom to Thailand with your man, Richie Mack. The Traveler G. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Zoom to Thailand in the building, man. I am so lucky. I got two OGs from the Philippines, and we're sitting up here. We're going to have a little man conversation. We're going to find out things about the Philippines. I have a thing called Thailand versus the Philippines. This man has been to Thailand. This man has not. But we're going to get to the bottom of all of this. We're going to talk about retirement. Who is the right woman to marry? Having a little man-to-man talk. You understand me? Can you please let everybody know who you are, sir?
My name is Paul. I have a channel called Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog, New Tricks.
That's a good name. Guy got a good name.
Old Dog, New Tricks. You hear that? And what's your name, sir?
My name's Mike, and it's Mike's Philippine Retirement. Give a little selfish promotion.
Hey, as you should. What is the biggest difference between Thailand and the Philippines?
I'd say the biggest, most obvious is the English. I still have brain damage from trying to drive on the left-hand side of the road.
So they drive on our side out here?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's another thing I didn't know. See, they drive on the right side in the Philippines. Thailand, you might as well be in Great Britain somewhere.
Yeah.
That's one thing, boy. This is one thing that's difficult for a lot of men. You know, once they've had a routine for 50, 60 years of their life, man, it's hard to actually switch over. I live in the Cayman Islands, and it's the British system. So over there, we drive on the left. Over here in Dubai, they drive on the right. When I moved here originally, ooh, man, it scared the crap out of me, man. And they drive a lot faster here. It's not an island style driving. So it can be a bit daunting. So you guys got to be aware of that. It's a brain shift that has to occur. You got to constantly stay aware constantly, because if you go into subconscious mode when you're driving, oh yeah, you start to see yourself veering into the wrong lane. Something to note, gentlemen.
I'm still in therapy for that. And then I'm a Christian, so that is very, very important to me. The Philippines is a Christian-based country. Thailand, which I love the culture, I love the food, I love the infrastructure, I love the people, but there is a disconnect for me. And there's just sort of a distance that I feel when it came to the male-female relationship, that it would get to 92%, but that other 8% you couldn't close the door on.
Sir, have never been to Thailand. How dare you? How dare you?
I'm not really a world traveler. I'm not a big traveler here in the Philippines. I've only been to like 4 islands out of 7,000. I got started at an old age, 68, on my travels. But Thailand, it interests me in a way, but it seems like it's not something for me. Again, the language. I didn't know about the driving. I would have killed somebody by now, and it just hasn't been on my radar. Philippines, I found everything I needed in the Philippines, culture-wise, the people, and the economic status I can have here. People say, "Oh, on X amount of money, you can live like a king." Well, I live like a king, and I don't have much, and you don't need much to be happy. Just like back home, if you only have $1,000 a month or $1,200 a month, that's what you have. You try and be as happy as you can. Here, you can be more happy on that small amount.
So I got to ask you guys, so what about healthcare? Because we know in America, at least I do, I'm from LA, the best nurses are usually from the Philippines. They're either from Africa or the Philippines. They're the best nurses, so I know the healthcare system must be great, especially if you're an expat. I heard the medical system is great. But how do you feel about the healthcare system here versus anywhere else, or America, whatever?
Thailand, all day. I flew to Thailand a year and a half ago with my wife for us both to get medical checkups. And it is state-of-the-art. It's affordable. At the hospitals in Thailand, they spoke perfect English. The doctors are second to none. And in the Philippines, sorry Philippines, but the healthcare across the board is subpar. So that's
because all their nurses and doctors are in other countries. I say this with a joke, but you should see the amount of Filipino nurses over here. Nurses, doctors, I mean, there are tons of them over here. I go to my hospital, my urologist, his assistant, he's from Lebanon, she's Filipino. Every second nurse in that hospital was Filipino. Probably why they're all out of the country. Of course, I say that with a bit of humor.
That would be the negative. If I had a chronic illness or if I had a sudden accident, I do not feel as secure here in the Philippines as I did in Thailand. Thailand's got much better infrastructure, ambulances, receiving qualified doctors, staff on staff. Here you can come in to see a doctor and he's at another hospital. So you might lie in the hallway for 2 hours waiting for him to show up. And I actually had a conversation with a guy over coffee one time, and he asked me, he says, "Paul, what if we had a heart attack right now?" I said, "We'd die." However, I had a heart attack once in the States, and within 6 minutes I was in the hospital, and within 16 minutes I was on the table, and before 30 minutes passed, I had a stent. So there you have it. Hands down, Thailand for medical care.
Okay.
But I wonder how much that cost you, Paul. How much did that ambulance cost you? How much did that short hospital stay cost you? Yes, I know you might have had insurance, but there's still deductibles, man. Just curious. If any of you guys can tell me how much you think that would have cost him. Of course, it all depends on what state he was in, but just curious to know. Most Americans are one serious health problems away from bankruptcy and literally paying off a doctor's bill or a health bill for the rest of their life. That's where the big problem lies. Let me know, guys. Let me know. I just keep hearing about the horror stories. That's all.
But I'm going to ask you, Mr. Filipino man. So, how long have you been here?
2 years. Oh, okay.
And what made you decide, Philippines, out of all the places you could have chosen in the world, what made you decide to come here?
The women. It was the girls, man.
Player.
I was played many times coming here. People talk about, online dating and, online relationships, sending money to girls and supporting a girl. I did all that.
Tricking? Can you say tricking?
Tricking?
There you go.
Tricking? Somebody once asked me, Mike, how did you learn how to send money to yourself here in the Philippines? Having money is great, but you need access to it. Well, I sent so much money to so many girls over here, I had the system down pat.
Western Union?
Western Union, Remit, and any way you want. I could have sent it. PayPal, Gcash. I knew all the tricks.
So you were a Western Union warrior.
Is that what you call it? I think I got the warning letter from Western Union that says you have been sending money to too many different people. Are they all family and friends? And I had to go, yeah, I have a big family.
Mike's the only guy I know that before he showed up, he had a platinum card.
Let me ask you this. Guap is a big, and I shout out to El Guapo on his channel, Beautiful Lives, man. He was so gracious to introduce me to you guys. You say the women, right? Because come on, you guys, let's keep it real. The women is what draws us in. What is it about Filipino women that's attractive to you?
Filipino women, on average, they're younger. This is a young country. The population, the average population is under 27, 25. It's very young. And the women, they're thin by nature. They're shorter. The classic example, somebody sent me a message once that, Mike, I'm looking for a girl under 5 foot tall, long dark hair, and thin. I said, that's 80% of the population, female one. And they're a very attractive woman to look at, and they're very feminine. When I call them Walmart women, those women that go to Walmart in the morning and they got the baggy t-shirt with the spaghetti stain from the night before, and they got, the sweatpants, the gray sweatpants with a stain in the back for some ungodly. No, women here, when they go to the store shopping, they get dressed up. Janet, just come down here and have coffee. She's got boots and heels, and May over there, she has a beautiful dress on, and they're both looking as nice as they can possibly look to go out. And this is every day. This isn't just to meet somebody. They just take care of themselves, and they're very feminine, and they like to look good. And it's good for the male ego that you're hanging out with a girl that's beautiful.
It's so funny because my wife just went on a long walk. She put on her headphones and she spent like 3 minutes trying to get her cap on perfectly. Make sure that everything is perfectly in place with her clothes. This woman never steps out of the house unless she's looking good. Whether she's wearing sweats or workout clothes or she's wearing high-end clothes, she never ever steps out of the house looking like crap. Never ever have my wife ever made me feel like, oh God, no. Never had to tell her that. Never. I just want you guys to understand that's a very important thing for a man. These men are telling you they admire that. That's what make women ladylike, when they take care of themselves. Not wigs and freaking nails. Hygiene, dress properly, dress appropriately. That's it.
But how did you find that out? You only been here 2 years. How did you know this is going to be the destination for you?
All those scammers sent me their beautiful pictures.
Nighttime in Dumaguete, Philippines. You know me and Guap had the piece of scene like Sam Rothstein. They say Dumaguete's a sleepy college town. And of course, you can go to just about any city in the Philippines and find attractive karaoke singers. That's just what they do out here.
I was just random lookup,
Right.
and all beautiful women, all young, all interested in me, and it caused me to enjoy them more and wanted to meet them in person.
Gotcha. So you were on a search and destroy mission in the Philippines?
Well, I don't know about this. At 68, how much destruction can you cause? Okay, but I was searching.
Searching.
I was searching.
There you
I
go.
was searching.
And he ended up with a beautiful wife, by the way. Shout out to you and your wife.
Thank you.
Paul.
Yo.
Mr. Thailand and Paul was referring to me a lot when he was talking to Guapo about the Philippines and Thailand. So now I gotta hit you up. I gotta put you on the spot, Paul. Thailand versus the Philippines.
Yeah.
Who has the more beautiful women?
Boy, there's a split there, brother. I really can't answer it with the one or the other.
For me, it's hard. It's really hard. Thai girls are beautiful. The only thing I don't like is the Thai accent. I find it very hard. It's very hard. Where Filipinos, they have a much more pleasant and soft way of speaking when they speak. I find the Thai accent very... It's almost like listening to German versus French or even English. But certain accents, the way they pronounce, the way they end certain words is hard. I don't like that. Don't like it. So to me, Filipinos would take the cake as far as attractiveness is concerned. But they're both beautiful women, for sure.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm not being I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm not trying to be like a politician. They are both drop dead gorgeous. And you know what they have in common is like their body frames are just so thin, and their hair, nothing more feminine than that long black beautiful hair, those almond eyes, the high cheekbones, full lips. I mean, it's Angelina Jolie, all over the place, man, with a tan.
Absolutely. All right, well, I got another for you, Paul. You're going to get out of this one.
Okay.
Thailand versus the Philippines.
Yeah.
Who has the better food?
Oh, Thailand. Oh, no question asked. No, my wife is Filipino. We went there, and she's like, "Can we move here?" I like the food. She said the rice tastes better there.
Wow.
And that's the thing is I lived over there in 2005, and then I lived over there for another year from 2009 to 2010. I lost weight because I was eating from the street vendors, and I was walking, and they would cook it fresh in front of me. And no disrespect to the Philippines, but they've got 6 different plates that they know how to make, and it's everywhere. So you don't see a lot of Filipino restaurants, opening up around the world.
It's the same menu.
Yeah, it is.
With chicken,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's good though. I love chicken adobo. Don't get me wrong. When a person, because I always get, Thailand, Philippines.
Listen, man, I've had a Filipino helper for 16 years. Adobo in the Mongo. Oh, man, I love that stuff, man. I love that. But he's right. Thai does take the prize when it comes to variety of food, freshness, how they use a lot more vegetables, less fat, Because Filipino, they love their pork, man. They love their oils, So the fact that he lost weight when he went to Thailand is because he's eating healthier. You got to understand the food that you get in the West. And I've talked about this before, versus where you're going to get in Asian countries. Nothing beat Asian countries for sure. Actually, most places outside of America, even in Europe, you get better food, even though it's becoming really bad now. Every time I return to the UK, because, we have a place in the UK, and we go there for summer, and I walk into the mall. I'm shocked by the significant difference between the size, not only height, but the fatness, how fat the people are in the UK versus over here. When you walk through the malls here, you very, very seldom see overweight people, because a lot of them are coming out of Asia. A lot of them are coming out of Middle Eastern countries, and the fat epidemic hasn't really fully infiltrated this place yet. I say yet, because it seems to be moving across the world, because a lot of these other Asian countries are starting to balloon up a bit as well, as the junk food epidemic starts to hit them as well. But it hasn't reached there yet. Let's hear what else the guys got to say.
Matrix America, they want to get out, they want to see different things. And a lot of them don't believe our lifestyle. Like, they really don't believe that this is really happening.
Yeah.
It's really happening. Will you guys tell them it's really happening?
It's really happening.
For everyone that you see on YouTube, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of successful retired men here in the Philippines, living with their new partner, their new wife, their new girlfriend, and enjoying the heck out of life. They're down at the beach swimming, snorkeling, just staying at home and just enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
So you guys are my OGs. Like, I'm his OG, I'm Guap's OG. I got 10 years on Guap. You guys have 10 years on me. So my question is, yeah, Guap said 12. You know what I mean? So my question for you guys is because my age difference for women, if it's not between 10 or 20 years, it's like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I mean, no offense, shout out to the women in their 50s, but I want something at least 10 or 20 years younger than me. My girlfriend is 35, I'm 50. It keeps us young, right? So what do you think, Mike, is a great age to retire or to move to the Philippines?
Wow. Don't do like I did. Too late. I didn't get here till I was 68. And I'm having a great time. And, you know, I'm just going to turn 70 here in a few months. And for whatever reason, you have to decide financially to support yourself and your lifestyle. But don't put it off until you're too old to enjoy going to the beach, going on a hike, checking out the waterfalls. You know, you get to be my age. There's no waterfall I want to go see anymore. Paul once said, with 1,000 steps down to the water, no thanks. You know, but if I'm 40 and I could get on that plane and come here for a couple months or 3 months here and work it, come here and enjoy and feel.
Here's my lesson to you, gentlemen. Keep yourself in tip-top condition right through your entire life. Mike is not in the best shape. He's overweight. At 68, he should be at least 25 pounds lighter than he is right now. And that's the reason why he can't enjoy a lot of the little things that could be enjoyed at his age. Yeah, he should be able to walk down 1,000 steps to the waterfall and not, you know, broke a hip. It's because of his fitness. It's not about his age. It's about his fitness. You got to stay fit, gentlemen. So, yeah, sure, he should have moved when he was 40 if he had the money, if he had the opportunity. These are all different criterias and different motives and different obstacles in your way for you to make these decisions. Most of us can't make that decision unless we got the money and the time, right? And if you don't have those two things, then you're stuck. And of course, you have to have the knowledge. So, point is, guys, stay fit. It just opens your options and make life a lot more enjoyable. It's pretty much all I have to say about that.
The culture, feel the country, so you can make a decision and prepare. Don't wait till you're 58 and say, okay, now I'm going to start saving for retirement. It won't work.
There, he said it. Don't wait until you're 58 to say, I'm going to start saving for retirement. Most people retire at 65. That's not 7 years of saving is not going to be enough for you to have a great life. Yes, your pension, but pension's only designed to maintain the basic. Anything else you save or invest in that 7 years is going to be lifestyle that you're going to be looking for. So guys, understand these simple things, okay? Start investing and...
Leads me to my next question with you, sir. So you were the Western Union warrior. You had all types of different things. You ended up getting married. So you run the gamut, right? Yeah. So my question for you is, how do you know the real one from the Milli Vanilli? How do you know which one? Because they're all sweet in the beginning. Thank you, sir. Hello, you, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. You're very nice, sir. But how do you know? How do we tell people out there that want to find a Filipino wife? How do we know the difference between a scammer and the real deal Holyfield? I'm going to let you have it.
If I had the perfect answer, I'd have hit the lottery 6 or 7. But I'm going to, once you find a girl that you like spending time with, you know, in the beginning, just enjoy the company with somebody and make sure you like each other. Then get to meet her family. You know, the family has, you know, respect for each other, and you go there and there's not, you know, a wall full of empty Red Horse beer bottles and all the guys are staying home from work and they're not working. You might be stepping into something bad there. But if it's an honest, hardworking, family that sticks together during the tough times, you're headed in the right direction. And she'll show you, she'll do certain things. And I'll go back to when the day I decided Janet was the girl for me. We were always talking every morning. She would say, I'm going to work now, Mike. Are you okay? And one day I had a headache and I just told her, I don't feel well, I'm just staying home. Now here's a girl that only makes 5,000 pesos, $100 a month, 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. Comes knocking on the door, I'm going to take time off from work, come and take care of you. And this is before any commitment, any exchange of me buying anything for her or doing anything. She showed me physically that she had care for me, that if you were dating a girl back home, she would be telling you, all right, call me when you're feeling better. We'll have drinks when you're feeling better. You know, yeah, I don't want to catch nothing. And, you know, they'll just blow you off. They'll do certain little things to make you feel that it's right. Even if you terminate the relationship for a short time and then rekindle it, you have to dig into that 50 years of experience you have with women.
There you go, gentlemen. There you go. Two things I want to highlight there. He said, look for a woman or pay attention to the things that she has to sacrifice for you. Understand the difference between doing something for you because it costs her nothing or sacrificing something for you. That, my friend, shows you the true value of a woman or how she values you. Because it's nothing for her to do something that does not take away from her. But for her to give up work to come and take care of him, that shows you she cares. She's sacrificing a job. Understand? That don't happen in the West. Women rarely do that. If it does not benefit them, what she's doing for you, she's not going to do it. That's how you identify a good woman. Second thing he said is, you got to use your life skills. He said your 50 years of experience with women just to assess. Get out of your feelings and your emotions about how beautiful she is. Stop getting distracted by that and then simply say, hey, let me analyze this from a practical perspective. If she's asking me for money every day for little problems that occur in her life every day, which is impossible for everybody. I don't like to use the word savings because it sounds like you're just putting your money in some stupid savings account. I grew up in the era of savings account where you put your money in just some normal savings account where the bank is literally stealing from you. You're getting 1%, 1.5% when interest rates are high. Before the interest rate hike, you were getting probably 0.25% on your money. That's not savings. Every day, there can't be one major problem that you need money on. Every day, every single day. Oh, today my car, today my this, today my aunt, oh, my this, I need money for that. Then you know you're getting scammed, dude. So he's right. Beautiful, man. I love how these older men using their wisdom and showing you guys, this is older man wisdom here, guys. This is priceless if you ever in these situations. Because you can apply the same shit in the West as well.
You want to talk about the joys of online dating? It's ridiculous. As a 41-year-old woman, I am terrified. I'm lonely, but I don't think I'm that lonely. Dude, a 60-year-old man liked my profile, and it makes me, I think I'm going to cry. I'm 41, I'm not. Holy snakies. SOS, send help.
Yeah, but in the Philippines, the 35-year-olds are looking for a 65, 70-year-old man. They don't care. They're looking at the character of the man. Yes, of course. Then don't get stupid, gentlemen. She wants to know that you're going to take care of her as well. That's just normal. That's standard. Every woman needs that. But the point is, you get something in return. Not what you just saw. You get something in return. She takes care of you. She's going to show up for you. Every single man knows he has to pay a price for a woman. That is the absolute definition of provide. Man's job is to protect and to provide. So we know that we got to pay a price. The problem is in the West, we're not getting anything for the price we're paying, except headache and heartache and frustration and cheating and baby mamas and in absolute chaos. Whereas women in Philippines, Thailand, etc., they're giving us something for the money we're paying, and we're paying less. That's the difference. Men aren't stupid. Men built the world. We're not stupid. For some reason, these women like to make you feel like, oh, these women just want to take advantage of you for your money. So do you. All you bloody women in the West want the same thing. You want to take advantage of men for his money. You want to bleed him dry. That's the difference between the woman in Asia who's saying, listen, I'm willing to give you something for a very little bit of money.
Where you go, they're just gentle, loving, awesome people. I mean, that's really what makes a city or a town.
We got the last question. We're at the end. You got to come in.
I'll be here.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I got the wrong. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. Can you come in? So we're gonna end this off, okay? Because I want to make sure you guys know that this is. Are they in the shot clock? This, you guys, is what paradise looks like. These gentlemen have 30-year plus gap relationships with women that love them, that take care of them. Age is not a factor, and they love each other. I want you and you to tell me your best story about how your woman took care of you, how she treated you, what made you fall in love with this woman. Who's going first? I know you guys gonna have some stories. Mike, you go first.
You know, everybody talks about, you know, gold diggers and, you know, they're just using you for your money. You're just an old fool. No fool like an old fool. And when I couldn't ride a motorcycle on that, motorbike, scooter, but I bought one anyway. And the guy delivered it, sat in a parking spot for a month. And when I met Janet, I said, you have to teach me how to ride this. So we drove up to Valencia to the plaza, and Paul knows this place. Outside you can go and buy Filipino food, the barbecue chicken, the rice you eat with your hands. Janet paid for that. I didn't even know that. And then when you leave, the parking attendant, the guy that watches your motorbike and makes sure you don't spill your helmet, she tipped him. I didn't know these things. And then when I found out weeks later how much money she doesn't make, and I go, my God, she took it out of her own pocket to do this. You know, because her son was with us and she paid all three. And I said right there, a gold digger would say, give me 1,000 pesos, I'll pay for it. Or like in the movie Casino. Yeah, I stopped at the roulette wheel on the way back and there's no change. You know, there were plenty of signs that were there for me to know Janet was the right girl. And I know she'll probably start crying. She always cries whenever we talk.
Filipina, can she sing karaoke? I need a karaoke.
They're great karaoke singers. But that's how I knew. And we spent almost every day since then, till today, together. And that's my story.
You can't make this get up. You can't make this get up. Paul?
Yeah.
You take it on home, man. We bringing it home.
All right, mine's multifaceted.
Okay.
All right. So I met my wife, now wife, and my girlfriend. And similar to Mike's story, I'll back up a little bit. When she told me her story, when she was 15 years old, she was sent off without an education to go to Manila to work for a Chinese lady and be a caretaker for 15 years. And she sent the majority of her money home to the family because they needed her income. And yet, so there she is, she's making 3,000 or 4,000 pesos a month?
Yeah.
Okay, 3,000 or 4,000 pesos a month. And yet, you know what she did? She saved money. She had this cute little bank book. And one day she came out after we got to know each other and she was feeling comfortable with me. And she showed me her little bank book. And over the 15 years that she worked, she had managed to save $600. And I looked at the deposits, and the deposits were 13 pesos, 12 pesos. I saw discipline, I saw structure, and I saw someone that was actually preparing for her future. She was getting her safety net set up. And similar to Mike, the first time May was leaving home, but I couldn't drive her. When I say home, my apartment, I couldn't drive her. Something went wrong with my scooter. And I said, let me get you a trike. And so we got her a trike. And so I reached into my pocket to pay for the trike. She goes, I got money. I don't need your money. I came over here to see you. And it's not your fault. I just want to go home, but you don't have to pay for it. And then one little caveat on her little bank book was a month later or so, I was kidding around with her. And I said, hey, I'm out of money. Can I borrow some of that 600 you got? You know? And Filipinos don't get sarcasm. So she thought I was serious. And she goes, oh, I can't give it to you. I gave it to my sister. And I said, what did you give it to your sister for? And she said, well, her husband died. And I said, her husband died? She goes, yeah, the 600 is to pay for his funeral. And I said, well, why did you not come to me, number one, and tell me that your sister's husband died, and then let me know, and I could have helped you? And she said, baby, it's not your problem. It's my family, not yours. And you pretty much hear the opposite when you're talking to the proverbial gold diggers or scammers, that mom died, the goat died, this happened, that happened. She was the polar opposite of that. She said, I don't need your money, and I'm not going to bother you or burden you with my family's problems. And I want to focus on you and me. And that is the God's truth. That's when I knew I'd hit the gold rush.
Wow.
You know, man?
777s in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You understand me? You can't make
And
this
that's
stuff
true
up.
stuff, man.
It's true stuff. You can't make this up, man. This is real life. This is what life is in the Philippines. So
Those are awesome stories for these guys. I'm so happy for them that they've found two really good women in the Philippines to live the rest of their life in some remnants of happiness. Because I can tell you with almost 100% surety, they won't get this back in America. It's going to be literally impossible. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Would they get this back in America? Women that are 30 years younger than them, treating them like kings. Did they get a good deal? I would say, yeah, hell yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy that. Of course, go over to Zoom to Thailand channel, support them, watch the rest of the video, watch some other videos there. But I thought this was a great video to bring to you guys so that you guys can see a little bit more about what goes on in Asian countries. Whether you're male or female, you have to understand that there is a different world. And you have to understand why men are going there, why men are flocking there. If you ladies don't see that this is what you're competing against and the reason why you're losing, then there's no help for you. There is absolutely no help for you, and there's no excuse why you're lonely. All right? So guys, listen, give me a thumbs up if you've reached this far. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, get me over on Instagram if you have a quick question, or better yet, book a session on askanolderman.com and let's have a chat. Any problems that you have, anything you need help with, the older man is here for you. All right? So until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.